Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing the reading habits tag. I was actually tagged by Geek on my sleeve. These are really cool guys that you should totally go ahead and check it out. Their channel, I will put it down below. If you're interested, I will also link down below the original tag, and I will be tagging people at the end of this video because I just think these are so much fun to do. So I am joined here today by Ron Weasley. And he's going to help me out get through this tag for sure. So let's just jump right into it. The first question is, do you read at home or everywhere? Well, right now I'm stuck at home, so I read at home pretty much, but I do really enjoy reading everywhere when I can. I always have a book with me, and if I cannot bring a physical book, I always have my iPad, and I have a ton of ebooks in there. And every single time that I'm driving, I drive a lot to get through school and back, I am always listening to an audiobook there. So yeah, I think everywhere for sure. Do you eat or drink while reading? I drink. I cannot eat while I am reading because I get so distracted. And I have to have my cup of tea or my cup of coffee when I'm reading, but it needs to be like I don't know how to explain. Like, I have to be super comfortable. It has to be like a really quick way of me to drink it without having to look at it, because if I'm having my book here, I don't want to get distracted by like searching, oh, where is my food, and then grabbing it and trying not to make a mess. So I just try to just drink while I'm reading. Is that a weird thing to do? The next question is, do you have a certain place at home for reading? My bed. I love reading in my bed. I normally read before I go to sleep, so that's where I read. I've lately been enjoying to just go outside in the patio or in the garden at my house and just reading there, because it's just so nice and calming. You have the trees look beautiful, and it's really peaceful, and just I think mainly right now just having a little bit of fresh air is really great while I'm reading. So those are my two favorite places here at home. The next question is, do you read one book or several books at a time? I like to have several books that I am reading. I normally have like one book, like a physical book, that I am reading before I go to sleep, so I'm reading that in my bed. I have an audiobook going on, to get me going through the day, and then I also have an ebook, so it's like depending on my time, and also depending on the book that I'm reading. Like, I always have to have physical book, an ebook, and an audiobook. Does that make sense? It depends on that, but also because I like to listen to one while I am doing other stuff, while I'm like using my hands or whatever, and I just like to have an audiobook for that. So my point, or like the way that I feel about it, is that I always have the possibility to be reading something, so it doesn't matter where I am, I always have a book that I'm reading, if that makes sense. Can you just stop reading, or do you have to stop after a certain number of pages or at the end of a chapter? If I'm going to stop reading, it has to be like at the end of a chapter, but sometimes books have like huge, like non-stoppable chapters, and in that case, if I really have to stop, I need to stop. This is really weird, but I need to stop like I need to stop a chapter, but if the chapter is really long, I need to find a page. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, I need to find a page. Like, it has to be the left page that starts with a sentence. It cannot be midway through a sentence. Why? I don't know. It doesn't matter if it's like not the end of the chapter, but as soon as a sentence starts in the left page, I'm good. I guess that's a weird thing to do. The next question is, how do you mark your spot? I love I'm gonna get them. Most of these have them in a Star Wars cup. Most of these are from Book Depository, because every single time you buy a book there, they give you one of these. But my favorite right now is one that I recently got in the Bangkok Alive, the experience, and it's so cute. I like these magnetic ones. And then this has a little tab, so you know which page you are in, And I don't really have like a specific way, because like I said, every single time that I stop reading, it's like in a specific spot. So, and this is I think one of the reasons why I do that. But you can just like put your bookmark and you know that you're gonna get started at the top of the left page. I never realized how weird that was. The next question is, do you read out loud or silently in your head? Definitely silently in my head. I never read out loud. I feel weird. And also, like, I read at night in my bed. And I don't want to wake up people up. And if I'm reading like a really great book, I'm there till like 3 or 4 a.m. reading. So I would have no voice after that. So yeah, just silently in my head, I would be feeling really awkward if I have to read out loud. I don't like to read out loud actually. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes I do if my dog is feeling really anxious, because I read somewhere that if you read out loud to your dog when they're feeling anxious, they calm down, and my dog actually does. Why? I have no idea, but yeah, mostly if there's like a thunderstorm or a lot of noise in the street, he gets like really anxious and he starts shaking. So I will just bundle up with him in the bed and read to him. That's the only way I'm reading out loud. The next one is multitasking. Do you listen to music or the TV while reading? No, I cannot listen to anything while I'm reading. If there's like other noises like rain or the birds outside or something like that, it's okay. But I cannot turn the TV while I'm reading because I get super distracted. I get really distracted by anything really while I'm reading. So I need to be focusing all of my attention into my book. The next one is, do you read ahead or ever skip pages? I don't like to do that. And my answer to this was going to be no, absolutely no. But then I was watching the tag from the guys on Geek on my sleeve, and they were actually saying like, I actually do that if I'm doing a reread and if I'm looking to and if I'm looking for something specific. And yeah, I totally agree with that. And I guess I was not considering that like as skipping ahead. But yes, if it is a reread and I'm looking for something, for some information specifically, yes, I will obviously go through the book and like search for that, especially if I'm reading like again like a Stephen King book and I'm trying to find like a connection in the multiverse within that world. Yeah, I would just like skip through the pages and be looking for that. So yeah, I guess that would be the only way. But if I'm just reading the book for the first time, I hate doing that. I mean, if you're reading a book, it's because you're enjoying it and because you like reading it. So if you're skipping ahead, then maybe don't read that book. Find something that you actually like, I think. So yeah. The next question is, break the spine or keep it like new? Okay, here's the thing with that question, and I have books to demonstrate that. I am a monster when it comes to this. And one of the reasons why I prefer to have paperbacks is because I can break the spine, because sometimes you cannot read like this. Sometimes the light won't allow you to do that. So you have to. I'm so sorry. Is this cringy for some people? I am real sorry. But I like to really like open it like this to be able to read it, and I do that a lot. It doesn't matter where I'm reading. I do that all the time. I'm always like bending it like that. So I definitely break the spine, except if it is a hardback, because you cannot do that. And that's the reason why I really prefer paperbacks than hardbacks. So when you have hardback, still I think I break the spine a little bit, but you cannot completely bend it over. So definitely break the spine. I do have this book right here that I absolutely love. This is the first book in the Song of Ice and Fire series by George R. Martin. Now, it is not about the content of the book, but the physical book itself. I love this so much because it like flops open and it won't close. See? I love this edition so much. And then the thinness, the size of the pages are great, the size of the letters are great. I have a really weird sort of like thing for this book. Look at the start of the chapters. are really small and you like get to it. I think the space here is really utilized in a great way, and I just love this. And as you can see, I did not broke the spine of this because it stays flat. And if you want to do this, you can, because it's really big, you're bending the pages, you're not really breaking the spine. So this is my absolute favorite physical book ever. I love these editions. These are the editions in Spanish, so sorry, but you know, those are my favorites, and I have here to demonstrate that, I guess. And the last question is, do you write in your books? I don't write in my books. I mean, mainly the first time that I'm reading a book, I'm not making any annotations or anything like that. Like, I just want to get through the story, just like really get like the first impression without having to analyze it or doing anything like that. But if I take notes afterwards, or if I feel like it's more of like an interesting, like an academic read, I will take notes in a separate notebook. This is the notebook that I'm taking my notes in right now. Another Star Wars thing. Sometimes I take a ton of notes, like little bullet points and things like that, and sometimes I get bored and I just end up not taking a ton of notes. But yeah, I don't know why I don't like to write in my note or in my books. I don't mind when people do it, but I just don't like to do it in mine. I think also that would be like a really personal thing to left behind in a book, and I don't like that. So no, I don't like to take notes in my books. And that is it. That is the end of the reading habits tag. I will be tagging some people now. Oh yeah. I'm gonna tag Hannah Books and Other Things. I love Hannah. She's amazing. She's super supportive and she's really, really great. I will also link her channel down below, and I am tagging you, Hannah, for the reading habits tag. Books and Violet. I love this girl. She makes the funniest vlogs and videos. She's super cute and adorable and just funny and outgoing. So I'm tagging you as well. I'm also going to be tagging The Perks of Books. She has amazing book recommendations and I love her so much. And I'm going to tag Perks of a Book Flower, and we'll see if she actually wants to make this. Hopefully she does. I also want to tag Kaylin May. She also makes really nice, relaxing vlogs. And last but not least, I'm tagging Septima Snape. Super adorable girl, and hopefully they will enjoy making this tag as much as I did. Again, I will leave the questions down below. I will leave the original tag down below. The guys from Geek on my sleeve as well who tagged me, thank you so much. And that is it. I will see you readers in my next video. Bye.